It was in the first class of our course Introduction to Marketing that Professor Maludia introduced us to Professor M, a GPT-based assistant that had a lot of contextualized learnings to it, as compared to regular GPTs where we had to give a lot of background in order to opt for an answer. Professor M came up with a lot of assignments, examples and teaching methodology that Professor Maludia already uses in his classes. So now I could go back to my room and revisit those concepts and solidify my learnings. One of the aha moments that I remember about Professor M was when I used it for case comm preparations. Instead of coming up with the answer directly, it prompted us to think about in different verticals. Also, one of the things that I liked about Professor M was how interactive it made the whole learning process. I was able to engage better with the course outline itself, come up with quizzes, or maybe just before exams, make up mock sample papers that I was able to attempt and reassess my areas of growth and strengths.
I saw students were using AI, but they used to get answers without context. This made me realize something was missing. GPTs were giving response, but contextualized learning was still missing. That's when I thought of Professor M, a GPT designed to help students learn better with a better understanding of both the content and the context of the course. To build Professor M, I used the paid version of ChatGPT. The very first step was to go to the GPT option in ChatGPT, then click on Create. This will open a window where I configure the model GPT. Simply means giving it a name, description, instructions, or prompts to use, and then uploading the content. To do this, I gave ChatGPT a clear objective of Professor M. What am I looking for from this ChatGPT? So I begin with instructing that this is a custom GPT for my students of the course Introduction to Marketing, which helps them with pre-reads, case preparation, assignments, and project work. After providing these clear instructions, the objective of Professor M was clear. The next step was to train the model with the content and the context of my course. For content, I uploaded my slides, notes, course outlines, assignments, and the case studies. For context, I gave clear instructions about what these documents are and what the model should extract from them. For example, to train the model on what to look for in case studies, I used instructions like summaries, key findings, decision-making dilemmas, and significant information needed for decision-making. I also added guidance on what to respond to when they ask about anything. For instance, to train the model on how to guide students when they refer to case studies, I used instructions such as providing students with at least 3 diverse solutions. Within this, provide contradictory options or solutions and let the students choose or build on their own solution. This was the one-time training part, but it has to be updated after each class. In each class, each section brings new discussion points and perspectives to the context already given to the model. So after the first level of training, I released it to the students and the students started interacting with it. During the class, I used to ask what type of questions students asked Professor M, how it responded, what responses were good, where it missed responding properly. I also used to calibrate Professor M after each class by updating what was discussed, adding new instructions or class notes, and even insights from different sections. This makes sure that each section can learn from the other sections. Calibration was easy, with just a few more instructions or uploading class notes. So with all this training on the model, students could ask, what should I prepare for tomorrow's session? How do I approach a particular assignment? And Professor M would respond with guidance based on course and classroom discussions. It will only give directional responses and not direct responses. For this, I set the boundaries. What the Professor M should answer, how it should respond, and what to avoid in all cases. For example, I trained the model that it should not give any type of numerical solution. It should not provide any support in calculation by giving the exact solution. It should only offer possibilities. Only tell students which information and metrics are important. So to summarize, this process involved training of the model with the following. 1. Setting context for the tool itself. What are the anticipated uses you want to address with the tool? 2. Providing content and context on how the model is supposed to read and analyze the content, and how students are supposed to learn from the content. And lastly, setting the boundary conditions for what to respond and how to respond. For this, you need to dive deep into thinking and make hypothetical questions and scenarios on how students may use the tool by giving a variety of prompts.